Porsche is developing its very own sports car future. Hybrid technology is finding its way into the Panamera series. For the first time, a hybrid vehicle becomes the top model of a series. One of the most exciting projects in recent company history brings new experiences that are now finding their way into series. And as if it were not enough, the designers created a new body shape that has never been seen at Porsche. The new Porsche Panamera Turbo SE Hybrid Sport Turismo, the first station wagon in the company's history, also bears the longest name. The car has two faces, at least. On the one hand, it is able to glide purely electric, and on the other hand, it has more power, much more than all previous Panamera models. Usually Porsche designers are more than likely lazy, because the 911s is a benchmark on which all others have to orientate themselves. But in the case of the Panamera Sport Turismo, they are allowed to show how a sedan can turn into a sports car. After the initial birth of the Sport Turismo in 2010, the first study follows in 2012.
When we were in a very early phase of the Panamera successor, pioneering project for Porsche was in development at the same time. That was the Porsche 918 Spyder. At that time, I was also given co-responsibility with the Panamera in the early concept phase.
The 918 Spyder is a strictly limited hybrid supercar. It is a prestige object for customers and a rolling research laboratory for Porsche.
For the 918 Spyder, we discovered that the hybrid is the performance kit of the future. On the performance side, from the moment that you tap the accelerator pedal, the torque is there and allows spontaneity and agility, and overall, just from the torque curve, is without equal. And that makes the car then so incredibly powerful, and on the performance side so outstanding. And so we've actually developed the new Panamera around this hybrid idea, and the entire platform has been created around the hybrid drive.
The hybrid system consists of a 136 horsepower electric motor and an internal combustion engine. There is also a newly developed 8-speed dual-clutch transmission that is able to distribute the power where it is needed and return to the system when recuperating. Thus, the Panamera Hybrid is able to glide up to 50 kilometers purely electric. As soon as more power is required, the combustion engine shifts to it, and the typical Porsche characteristics are there in fractions of a second. There are two hybrids to choose from. The Panamera 4e Hybrid with 462 horsepower and a price of 112,000 euros is relatively inexpensive, and those who want the 680 horsepower top model must pay much more. We're testing the entry-level hybrid for a racetrack performance. And thanks to electric assistance, the full torque of 700 Newton-meters is already available in the lower RPM range. The sprint to 100 succeeds in 4.6 seconds. In fast corners, it has to prove itself.
Porsche has done everything so that the Panamera works well on the racetrack. Clearly, it can't hide the weight of over 2 tons, but the chassis is extremely sporty, and with the rear axle steering, it is super agile even in tight corners.
A feeling as if the mass does not exist, and to create this performance, different systems work together. In addition to suspension and damping, stabilizers such as a third suspension component determine the driving characteristics. The new Porsche Dynamics Chassis Control System, or PDCC, Sport for short, is at work in the Panamera. The introduction of electromechanical stabilizers improves driving dynamics. Electromechanically, it works with a 48-volt power supply and is thus significantly faster than hydraulic systems. The lateral inclination in fast corners is almost completely compensated. Another ingenious system is called PTV, Porsche Torque Vectoring, and this enables the variable distribution of the torque. The turn and steering gently brakes the inside rear wheel. As a result, the outside rear wheel has a higher drive torque. These different systems work unnoticed and perfectly together, and this may give the driver the feeling that they no longer have to observe the laws of nature. Even the Panamera 4E Hybrid is an extremely sporty station wagon which is almost unrivaled due to its drive system. The established high-performance station wagons draw their power exclusively from combustion engines. The Audi RS6 is the performance combo par excellence. What started as a small niche is now a real bestseller.
The toughest opponent comes from the VW group. The Audi RS6 has a lot of power, sells really well, and is really hard to beat in terms of price.
The family station wagon for races is available from just under 110,000 euros, and with this impressive performance, it is above reproach. This is power. As a real competitor to the Panamera Hybrid, it is far too exotic. The Ferrari GT-C4 Lusso.
The Ferrari GT-C4 Lusso is the sportiest station wagon in the world, but is no competitor to the Panamera. It has only 2 doors and is more than 100,000 euros more expensive.
These models cannot really be compared, for the market launch of the new Panamera Porsche produces a real monster from its sleeves. The 680 horsepower turbo SE Hybrid will be available exclusively as a limousine after the market launch in 2017. Those who have not experienced it will be shocked by the incredible performance. The full torque of 850 Nm starts at 1400 revolutions. Thanks to all-wheel drive, it breaks through the 3.4-second barrier to 100. And after 11.7 seconds, the 200 km/h mark is reached. If you're not impressed yet, you should again consider the basis weight of 2,400 kilos. Vehicles with such acceleration values usually only have to deal with half the mass. Top speed, 310 km/h. It's the new benchmark. Future sports sedans will have to compete with this and probably bite their teeth off. So far, the top engine variant of the sedan was withheld, but 2018 will also see the first Porsche station wagons to deliver 680 horsepower in a hybrid monster. But it can almost hide its monstrous facial features. Those who want can glide with it relaxed, enjoy a low consumption, and travel noiselessly through the world. One should not underestimate its friendly face, because if the driver wants to, you will only see the tailpipes.